It's a beautiful day. Hey, 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 hey. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Hey, 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 hey. It's a beautiful day.
Hello and welcome to Weipa, the largest town on Queensland's Cape York Peninsula, located on the west coast. As a vibrant and sustainable community, Weipa has its own identity. It is unique in so many ways, and its strong connection to country is what makes this town and region as special as it is. There's certainly nowhere quite like Weipa. 800 k's from Cairns and 200 from Australia's most northern point, Weipa's cultural heritage and natural landscape provides the ideal base to explore the Cape's natural and unspoilt attractions. It's also a region of rich bauxite deposits, with Rio Tinto operating 3 mines in and around Weipa on leases spanning over 3,800 square kilometres of Cape York's west. As well as the mines Rio Tinto look after in the area, they also have processing and port operations, power stations and a rail network. It's a great growth story for the region, and one that has been built via a solid partnership with traditional owners for more than half a century. In 2018, Rio Tinto added the Amrun mine to its regional portfolio, extending the life of its Weipa operations for decades to come. In working closely with traditional owners, the operations in and around Weipa play an integral role in the region's future, providing employment and supporting business growth, which in turn creates long-term sustainable benefits for the local communities.
The mining industry here is hugely important. It was the reason the town is here in the first place. And over the past 50 years, as the demand for bauxite has increased, the town has grown accordingly to the point now where 4,000 people call this place home. And mining going forward into the future, even though it's changing and the ore bodies around Weipa are being depleted, we have the new mine at Amrun just to the south, and potentially there's a new mine to the north. But what it also means is that mining can't be just the only part of Weipa's future. We do need to diversify going forward.
As part of the relationship between Rio Tinto and traditional owners, there's a key focus in providing opportunities for local Aboriginal people around employment and training. And this support starts in school, preparing students for their future, something Rio Tinto Weipa has been focused on for many years. In recognising that its mining operations take place on traditional land, Rio Tinto's strong focus on employing Indigenous and local Aboriginal people and providing employment pathways into the mining industry is a true reflection of its commitment to the signatory communities in which it operates. A great example of this is that Indigenous and local Aboriginal people make up 26% of Rio Tinto Weipa's workforce, with numerous opportunities for growth within the company.
I moved to Weipa from Cairns. My parents' decision to move here. When I was 16, I worked in the local community of Napranum when we got here, and then an opportunity came up for to put in for a traineeship within Comelco back then. So I started in the business in 2002 as a trainee doing administration. At the moment, being in the role of mine coordinator, I enjoy the challenges, so every day we have challenges. I like being a part of that and problem solving. Our main goal here is to reach target, so we need to get our target of production. The crew, they're all great people. A lot of them have a world of knowledge about Weipa and surrounding areas, and we learn a lot off each other. Working with Rio Tinto Weipa has given me lots of opportunities over the years. If you put in the work, you get the rewards.
It is important that in Weipa we build the ambitions and outcomes for our local youth. That includes making sure that they are aware of the magnitude of career opportunities available to them in the region. Beyond school, we need to encourage going to university, taking up a traineeship, taking up an apprenticeship, not just for skills in mining, but for the skills required in the region.
It's a beautiful day.
Weipa and its township was first developed back in the 1960s, and over time, as mining operations expanded, so did the town. New suburbs were developed in the mid-1970s before further expansion to Nanham during the 1990s. Nowadays, 4,000 people call Weipa home, and despite its proximity to major cities, the town contains most of the facilities and conveniences required for modern current-day living. An important note about Weipa. This is a town with a mine, not a mine with a town. And not only is it a regional centre for the Cape, Weipa's future is brighter than ever, with a continued focus on economic diversification away from mining. Weipa has come a long way over time. It's grown into a thriving community with over 85% home ownership. Yet, people move here and don't want to leave.
Now's a perfect time to buy in Weipa. If you're the owner of an investment property, vacancy factor is extremely low. Rental prices have started to increase, and we're often renting the properties before they even become vacant. So that's a really good sign for our property investors. From a sales perspective, prices have stabilised, sales are increasing, and stock is starting to be limited. So it's a really good time to buy in Weipa.
From recreational facilities plus quality health and education options, Weipa is surrounded by rich Aboriginal culture and is home to some unique country. It also provides a lifestyle that is enjoyed by many. Chris, how long have you lived in Weipa?
Right, I came here in 1969 after studying music in Brisbane, Conservatorium. And I came here to make a bit of money originally. I was planning to go off and write music.
Yeah.
Well, I met Kath here and I got married and sort of stayed here ever since. When I first came here, I was working on the boats and the line launches. In those days, Camalco ran it and did all the harbour maintenance and everything. I was with Rio for 43 years before I retired. So 3 years before I retired from Rio, I decided to do a course in guitar making in Melbourne. I've only sold guitars to people I've known who've worked in Weipa before and have come up and seen that I do it. When I first came here, you couldn't get fresh milk. Everything was tinned milk. That's all changing now with the big shopping centre and things. You can get all your fresh fruit and vegetables.
What makes you stay in Weipa?
Well, it's home, I suppose, after that length of time. I like the lifestyle here. It's easygoing, the people are friendly. It's a great place.
I came to Weipa 4 years ago just for a bit of a sea change. I'm originally from the Central Coast in New South Wales and I was teaching in far north Sydney and I just wanted a bit of a change, so I thought why not head to Cape York.
Tell me a little bit about education here in Weipa.
So education, we follow exactly the same as everybody else within Australia, the Australian curriculum. Obviously from coming from North Sydney to Weipa, the context is quite different. Good morning everybody, we're just going to recap from last lesson. We were coming from a school where I had 11% Indigenous kids to a school who has 55 to 60% Indigenous. I've learnt a lot and I've gained and built some really good relationships with Aboriginal students and their families, and gaining a lot more knowledge just in the Cape York area itself, and to hear about the history and whatnot. I 100% would recommend anyone as a teacher to teach remote for that community reason. Yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying it and I don't think I'm ready to leave anytime soon.
It's unique because of its location. It's unique because of the remoteness, a town of this size, being as remote as we are. But also it's unique in that everything you need to live here and have a great life is here, from the environment, the waterways, the lifestyle, camping, but also from what the town provides with schooling, a good hospital. It's all here for people, but we don't have what we see as the negatives. We don't have the commute to work in the mornings. We don't have the traffic jams and the queues everywhere. And it's that unique lifestyle that people fall in love with here.
It's a beautiful day.
Rio Tinto Weipa operates under 3 Indigenous agreements that span nearly the entire Western Cape, providing intergenerational benefits for 12 traditional owner groups in total across 5 signatory communities throughout Cape York. And these agreements are fundamental to the success of operations, underpinning all mining activity in the region. In return for access to land, the agreements outline commitments in the areas of cultural awareness, employment and development, heritage protection, procurement and land management, with the aspiration of providing long-lasting benefit for future generations for years to come. Each agreement captures the aspirations of the business and traditional owners and are based on mutual values and respect. They aim to provide socio-economic outcomes, improvement in education, employment and training, and protection of cultural heritage.
So we recognise that we are operating on traditional owner land, and we need to acknowledge and respect the unique and special connection that traditional owners have with that land. So our partnership agreements support us to do that. It brings people together to identify opportunities in areas like employment, cultural awareness, heritage protection, to make sure that the aspirations of traditional owners are met and that mining can coexist with the traditional custodians of the land.
When forming this agreement, one of the aspirations of the elders was to make sure the community had a good understanding of Indigenous culture, which in turn helps people have better knowledge of connection to country and why this is so important to local Aboriginal people. A business generated from the West Cape Communities Trust is the Western Cape Centre and the adjoining Cultural Centre. Cultural awareness training is a key deliverable for all Rio Tinto employees, business operators and contractors. The training is presented by traditional owners from the partner groups and provides a personal insight into the history and culture of the Western Cape based on their own experiences.
Cultural awareness training is absolutely essential for every visitor coming into the Western Cape area. And the people, the traditional owners, are just so willing to share this rich and vibrant culture with newcomers coming in. And we actually welcome people to come and have a look at how we live, what our beliefs are, and the way we do things. And we just ask for people to respect that as well. My homeland is exactly the same as your house. But if you invited me to your house, you'd have it nice and clean and tidy and you're proud of your dwelling. So that's exactly how we feel, and even more towards our homelands, because there's everything that comes with it. It feeds us, nurtures us physically, spiritually, mentally, and provides all the resources we need.
In showcasing the history of Weipa and the communities that surround the town, the Cultural Centre plays an important role in preserving traditional language and culture from the region. The centre was refurbished in 2012 following a $250,000 investment from Rio Tinto, with informative displays and local artwork telling some great stories of where the region has come from, and is a unique, engaging attraction for visitors to the area and the local community.
We wanted a place where we could encourage reconciliation. It opened the way for people to have, to showcase, number one, Aboriginal culture, but also showcase that history that we've come through and to share that story. So this centre is here to, yes, tell our story, but share our united story.
It's a beautiful day.
Weipa has two seasons, the wet and the dry, but any time of year there's no shortage of activity and great things to do and experience in the region. Locals are lucky they get to enjoy Weipa and the wider region anytime they like, and tourists are more than welcome too. There's just so much on show up this way. You can travel further afield from Weipa, and every year during the dry season, thousands of tourists drive the trek north to get amongst some magnificent countryside. And Weipa is definitely worth a stopover. Kurt, how long have you lived in Weipa?
Mum and Dad brought us up here when I was 8, so it's just been a little bit over 30 years now. So pretty much my whole life, all I can remember.
And what do you think of Weipa?
I love it, I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, I think I'll be a lifer, as they say.
What's it about Weipa that you love?
Well, my childhood growing up here was excellent. We got to ride down to the boat ramp after school each day and flick a line out and catch a fish. So that's one of the obvious ones. The camping, the hunting. I'm into my hunting as well, which is good. And just the relaxed feel, going down to the pub with the mates, the family atmosphere. We've got a lot of events up here that we have. We've got the Fishing Classic, Weipa Bull Ride. They're two main events that we love to sort of get together as a community and really get into it.
How did the fishing business come about?
Well, I've been fishing my whole life, ever since I got to Weipa. It was a passion of Dad's, and that sort of rubbed off onto me. And doing my fishing after work and stuff like that, I really found a passion for taking other people out. And I had a couple of mates that came up for a trip once, and they had a blast, and they sort of said, Gainsey, that's what you should do for a living. You're good at it. You should have a crack at it. So I took their advice and started saving up for my first boat, and finally bought that. And yeah, haven't looked back for the last 7 years. Just been taking people out, trying to catch their trophy fish. Wind down, wind really fast. That's it, and then lift up. That's him, perfect, perfect. Nice technique.
Oh my gosh.
Beautiful, and then wind one more, that's enough there. Yep. Oh, you got him in the boat. You're right, all good. Wind down really fast, wind down really fast. Oh, it's another species for you anyway.
Hey! Salmon for dinner.
It's exceptional here, we've got a lot of species. There's something for all the different styles of fishermen too.
So not a bad place to fish?
Yeah, look, I've fished all over Australia, and fishing in Weipa is the best I've seen. So if you love your fishing, get up here because you'll have a blast.
Megan, tell me about the Weipa Mine and Town Tour.
We are a local business run by my husband and myself. We began in June 2019. We offer a 3.5-hour tour around Weipa and the township. The first hour of the tour is spent on the history of Weipa, where we four-wheel drive along the beach. And then the second half of the tour we spend on the Rio Tinto mine site, where we follow where the bauxite comes in from the mine into the production site, follow it all up along through the processing plant, conveyor belts, and out onto the ship loader where it then leaves port.
Tell me about Mission Bridge.
Mission River Bridge is the longest single-lane bridge in the Southern Hemisphere. It's approximately 893 metres long, and it's the life source between the Andoom mine and the Weipa township. We cover the amazing history of Weipa. We cover the flora and fauna, and we give people a really good understanding of this amazing town and why people should come and visit Weipa.
If you're looking for places to stay when you're up here, the local camping ground provides various styles of accommodation. Plus, there's quality resort and motel options in town.
With the sealing of the Peninsula Development Road from Cairns, it means it's going to be much easier for visitors to get to us.
here in Weipa. It's going to open up so many more opportunities for other people who maybe previously had thought that it was a bit too hard to get to Weipa. We're just excited to have more people here and to show everyone what Weipa has to offer.
Weipa, a town of endless opportunity. You've heard from the people who work and live here. What a superb lifestyle. This part of Queensland has to be seen, and without a doubt, there's so much to discover when you're up this way. Thanks to the awesome people of Weipa, and thanks to you for joining us. We're done and dusted for another week, but the series continues and you never know where we'll end up next. Be sure to jump on our Facebook page for all the behind the scenes action of our town. Until next time, take care. Bye for now.
It's a beautiful day.